Hey, everybody. Welcome to our bi-weekly webinar on Build with IBM, or known as Build with Bob. If we could share the screen real quick. Today, we have a session that all of you are going to really enjoy, which is about how do you build custom domain agents. And this will really be how to take in business requirements and quickly build an agent with IBM Building Blocks and IBM Bob. Next slide, please. So why is this relevant? Well, as you know, AI has changed everything. The time of AI has really made business rethink how everything is built. But things have moved and they've shifted. No longer is it about what AI do you have. Now it's about what agent do you have to support me as a customer, or if you're a B2B, as a business to business, or internally within your internal stakeholders, your company. So you end up having to have many different domain-specific agents that are interacting with AI in a way that knows the customer, the domain, and the thing that it needs to do. So AI agents are new table stakes. You really have to think about AI being tuned in a way and interacting to become an agent. Clients want agents that know them. They want to interact with somebody, an AI system that already knows what they are. And the speed of delivery is important because the domain agents need to change as your business changes, and everything changes pretty quickly. Next slide. So today we're going to go over in 15 minutes how you can quickly build a custom built domain agent. And we're going to do that with a few things. We're going to leverage our IBM building blocks, which are built around two parts of capabilities, AI and automation. AI has our agents, our data, and trust. Automation is around building, observing, and optimizing applications. We also are going to leverage our IBM Bob mode that we built for custom domain agent builder, which leverages our agent builder capability, as well as tells you how to build a custom domain agent. So without further ado, I'm going to hand this over to Shima, but next slide real quick. And what we're going to talk today about a little bit is Shima's got a really unique problem, which is how do you build a smart pet grooming manager? So with that, Shima, you might want to explain the business problem and domain and show them how we can build this with Bob.
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. So when we talk about custom domain agents and custom business domain in general, the business ideas sometimes can be niche, but the business problem is still real. So let's think about this pet grooming business. Let's say this is a big chain of pet grooming services, and they have found that they have customer experience issues that they want to improve using AI agents. So these are the problems that they're facing. Their customer preferences, for instance, for one, the important thing is the gentle care for their pet. For another one, the speed of grooming is important. For another one, the precision of the haircut is important. And they have these undocumented or inconsistent customer preferences. And they found that when a groomer moves, the client also leaves with the groomer. And the customers are in general not satisfied because of the manual communication that they need to repeat for like every grooming session. And they're like insufficient scheduling and mismatched grooming assignments. So it's a real business problem, and they want to address it using AI agents. But building production grade AI agents is really hard. And what it takes today is, for instance, for the internal team of that business to learn about the agentic platform, learn about the ADK, the CLI, the deployed model, right? All the Python tools, for instance, with the correct decorators, configure knowledge base if they have a RAG use case, correctly configure the agent, handle the authentication and environment setup, debug the platform specific issues. And if one of these fails, the agent silently is not going to work and it's going to break in production. And this has like real business impact. So basically, for building an agent, now it's going to take weeks. The expertise are scarce, it's fragile, and it's error prone. It doesn't scale, and it makes really slow to actually go to production. And how we address that, as Carlo mentioned, is using our IBM technology building blocks with Bob. So Bob is going to be your developer, and IBM technology building blocks is what we're going to basically leverage here. And we're doing all of that with our custom modes. So let me actually go to my to our GitHub repo here to show you that, okay, this is the building block GitHub repo and how you can actually go ahead and use this custom mode. So under the building blocks, we have under the agent building block, we have these custom modes. And for this one, particularly the domain agent builder. So all you need to do, you would want to come here. And the QR code was also included in the slides. You can come here, and then all you need to do is to go here, download this zip folder. Once you have it on your system, then, so for instance, I have downloaded, I have it here. I'm going to unzip it. Then I don't need the zipped version. I'm going to delete that. Okay, now in a new directory, I have this zip folder that I unzipped. It has a .bob folder, and it has basically all the things under the hood for this custom Bob mode. Then I'm going to shift gears, go to Bob. Here, I'm going to go and open the relevant directory, which is this one. And now you can see that in this new folder, I have this .bob folder. That's the only thing that I have, which is my custom Bob mode. And the custom Bob mode has a custom YAML file for building a watsonx Orchestrate domain agent builder. And because I'm in this directory, this one also, this Bob mode pops up here, showing my custom Bob mode. So here's what I want to ask Bob to do for me today. So I want to ask, build me a smart manager agent for a pet grooming business called Positive Grooming that will help admin team with managing grooming appointments, finding the right groomer for the right pet, with communicating discounts, etc. So let's see how we can go about doing this here. So it's telling me that, okay, I'm gonna help you a smart manager agent for your thing. Okay, do you have like tiers? Let's say yes, they have basic, premium, VIP members. So it's gonna interview me first to understand the business, to then go ahead and build this agent for me. It's asking me that, like, how many groomers do you have? Let's say we have like 5 to 8 groomer, just like for the sake of demo. By the way, you can ask it to generate data for you if you're using this building block and this custom Bob mode only for demo purposes. You can also bring your own data to build your agent. So it's asking me, perfect, now what about your customers and their pets? So we track, okay, contact info, membership tiers, pet profiles, name, etc. Yes, I like this option. By the way, you don't have to choose one of these options specifically. You can also edit the options by clicking on the pencil on the right here. So for instance, you can edit and modify the options. So, okay, let's talk about the key capabilities that I need. What should the agent be able to do for the admin team? Appointment management, groomer matching, customer communication, discount promotion. Yeah, I like that for the sake of this. And while it's doing that, in this auto approve session, for the flow that you're seeing, I clicked on everything other than questions and skills so that it doesn't ask me for like every read and write action. And then it's asking me about a few final questions. Yes, I like the name of Positive Grooming Manager. I wanted to generate the sample data for me. I don't have the data right here, and I do have my API key and instance URL to watsonx Orchestrate ready. Okay, so once basically it completes the information and it interviews me with all these questions, it's going to come up with a to-do list. Okay, here it came with a to-do list. I have included an MCP to our watsonx Orchestrate ADK and documentation in this custom Bob mode. So it's connecting the MCP servers and then I start creating the agent config and all of that. So asking me if it can copy the MCP server that I included, I say yes. It's gonna, I also have included like some examples, like a little bit of context in the Bob mode about like, okay, how, this RAG agent with the tool creation, how it might look like. And that's part of the secret sauce of this custom Bob mode. So then it's going to go ahead and create everything for me. So right now it's creating the agent config, and then it's going to go basically one by one. So you saw that when we first started here, we only had the .bob folder. It was like very minimal, only the custom Bob mode. Now it's going ahead and starting the process to creating everything for me. So let's see how it does. So now it did the agent configuration. It's gonna then go ahead with the next step of creating tools one by one. So so for instance, yeah, now it's creating the customer tools to actually get the customer data. Let's see what it does. Okay, it's creating the custom tools for me. So as you saw, what I've done so far, I have brought the custom Bob modes. It's doing everything so far for me. And what it's going to do then further in the process, it's going to ask for my API key and instance URL. I'm going to share it, and it's going to go ahead and deploy the agent. So now it's creating the groomer tools um, and so on and so forth. And again, this is a RAG agent, so it's going to also create the knowledge base. It's going to perform the embedding process and all of that, and so on and so forth. And once it's done, it's going to also create a business document for me that I can, for instance, for the purpose of here, if I'm using, let's say I'm a tech seller, I want to go and demo this capability. Not only I have the agent built and deployed in a specific domain, I also have the business use case documentation that comes with it that I can use as context. And again, as I said, you can also bring your data here to further tailor this agent to what you want. And okay, let me maybe shift gears. Where are we on the time? Yeah, let me shift gears and go to the actual deployed version of this agent. I've done it earlier so that we don't have to wait for the whole thing to complete. But this is watsonx orchestrate. I have this positive grooming agent deployed. So this is basically what Bob has done end to end. Built and deployed this for me going live. You can see that here I have my knowledge base, grooming services knowledge base already here. I have a set of tools. Here it has 7 tools. And as I mentioned, it also creates that business documentation. Let me actually go here. So I have my already deployed agent in this folder. And this is the business use case that I was talking about that it actually creates. So, and in this business use case, it comes up with some sample queries that you can use for your agent. So for instance, for this one, I want to ask, just like tested here, get client with this ID. It's going to go ahead and get that information for me. I can also see the reasoning. Get client by ID. It's using this tool, and these are the information about this particular pet owner. And what you can do again with Bob and with this custom Bob mode, once you have built and deployed everything, it's going to ask you, do you actually also want this embedded kind of in a custom UI or in your service? In this case, I said that, yes, actually, I want you to also build a web page for me and embed and integrate this agent into this custom web page for me. So here, this is again built with Bob. So I think it's pretty cool. What I did here was that I said that, okay, I do have a specific image that I want to use for my business. So all I provided was this image to Bob. Then Bob, because of the agent that it had built, it had all the context, right? So it started like naming this and coming up with this very nice UI that actually with very minimal kind of instruction from my side. and it had integrated the agent here in the chat. So if I ask the same question, which was like get client information for this particular client, so you can see that it's doing basically the same thing. Again, I can see the reasoning, get client by ID, and it has like Sarah Johnson, the same person that we saw before. Sorry, let me move this. And for instance, we can, again, like kind of going back to these sample queries, it has like a range of sample queries. For instance, show me the stats for the platinum tier. I can ask this question. Or again, goes ahead, calls the right tool to bring the data for me. We have like 3 clients in that tier and all that relevant information. I might need to ask a question from the knowledge base as opposed to one of the tools. So for instance, what are the grooming requirements for a golden retriever? By the way, I'm also a dog owner and my dog is a Shih Tzu, so long hair. So I would really appreciate like an agent like this that would tell me, okay, these are the groomers that we have, and these are like the ones that do a nice job for Shih Tzus specifically. That would be really helpful. So you can see that here it's using the grooming services knowledge base because I asked the RAG question and bringing the information that I asked about golden retriever. Um, so basically that's it from our side. So what we did to kind of wrap up what we did here, we built an agent end-to-end using our agent builder building blocks, specifically custom domain agent builder for a relatively niche business domain, which is like a pet grooming services. I myself had never heard of it. So with this example, we want to show that even for like niche ideas, not always like an insurance advisor or like a financial services, Bob and this building block can still help you and like make it end to end for you as long as you describe the domain. Again, you can bring your own data. Bob can create like a kind of sample data set for you, and then you can go ahead, demo it and use it in Orchestrate, or you can have your custom UI and build this.
Thank you, Shima. Excellent job. So, and again, this Bob mode is available on GitHub. You can get onto Bob and get the Bob mode and start building domain agents with Orchestrate. You'll need a version of Orchestrate. If you could, please look at the other Bob modes. There's many there, and every 2 weeks we'll have more sessions for everyone to look at.